Okay, so we have this somewhat of a homemade smoke machine. Now, I didn't actually make this one myself. I bought it off of eBay for less than $100. So there's a it has a good price tag on it for essentially what it is. It's just a paint can. But you could easily go to your local Home Depot or whatever and make this yourself. I, however, did not want to do that, just being lazy, I guess. But you can definitely make this yourself. As you can see, it's just a paint can. It has its certain fittings and washers and these regulators on them, and obviously some wire. But you definitely can make it yourself. And to be honest, it works great. Um, I haven't really had any problems with it at all. You just got to be careful since it's not the strongest or the most quality built item, but just be careful with it, and it should last you. And it's very simple to use. So all you have to do is connect your air line into this fitting right here, which it uses very low psi. I think it should use somewhere like 2 psi or something like that. So I have a very small air compressor that I just connect to it, and then with these alligator clips that comes with it, you just put these on the negative and positive terminals of the battery that's in the car that you're working on. And the positive side does come fused. So now you would have your 2 psi of air coming through. You're going to have power coming through it. And as long as you add the oil, which this is what I'm using right here. I found out mineral oil works great for making smoke. And as you can see the tag right there, so you know where you could get it from, and I'm sure there's a few other places you could get it from as well. But this is what I use and it works great. As for the actual wick inside of the can, to be honest, the first one that came with the can, when I bought it, I wasn't using it properly. I didn't know that how to use it. I didn't read any instructions or anything like that, and I actually burned up the wick that was in there. So I had to go out looking for some new ones, and I got this from Walmart. Very inexpensive, and they work great. I put one in there months ago, and it's still lasting. They should last a while as long as you don't burn them out like I did. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Let's go ahead and get a look inside of the can. As you can see, I have to clean mine out a bit. But basically, to install or remove the current wick that's in there, you basically loosen this small nut right here and this one on this side, and you should be able to take out the coil. Once you take the coil out, you could slide the wick out of it and install the new one. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's not too bad. And so yeah, as you can see, my wick is getting a bit toasty in there, so a few more uses out of it and I should be good to change that one out. And the way you want this to work is, let's see if you can notice that the left side of the wick is actually a bit submerged in the mineral oil, and the right side not so much. And the reason for that is because you want the wick to absorb the mineral oil and you don't want it completely submerged inside of there. So if you don't keep the wick uh, wet, I guess, you're going to burn it up quickly. And if you have it completely submerged, you're never going to get the smoke out of it. So what I did, I just bend the left side of the coil down enough so that the wick is sitting inside of the oil. And that's it. That's good enough for the wick to keep absorbing the oil. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's like I said, it's nothing fancy. It's a very basic thing, but let me tell you, this thing works great. You get a good amount of smoke coming out of here, and it's gonna come with you. It's gonna come to you with this fitting on it, so you could put different hoses on there to to tap into different things. So that's great, and it works great. I can't complain. And for what it costs, I mean, sure, I would like to have a real smoke machine. I think the Matco one, they want like $1,300, and that's for essentially it's something that looks similar to this. It's just made to look pretty. But if you break down the Matco one, it's really just a canister with another valve on it like this. You connect the air line, and it just looks nice. But at 1,300, that's a hefty price. And let's not get started with the Snap-on one. I mean, they're just top notch. It's a nice portable one. That's the one I'm talking about, the portable smoke machine. But Jesus Christ, the price tag on that thing is like over $3,000. I mean, sure, I'd like to have one of those, but I'm not gonna pay that type of money. I can't even see myself paying, over $1,000 for something like this. I know a smoke machine can make you money, and it does, but you know what? If you're on a budget, this one does the job. Okay, so I try to get this set up so I could show how it works. So right here I have my Rockford pocket powered jump starter, and we're gonna use that to power this. So let's see if I get this turned on. Okay, so that's on. And now let's connect the air hose. So as you can see, it does make plenty of smoke. You could see it just pouring out when I opened up the lid, and I guess the pocket jumper just shuts off after a few seconds, so I can't possibly get it to heat up as much as I want to. If you connect it to a car battery and just leave it on there a little bit longer, you should be able to get way more smoke out of it. It always seems to work great for me. Now that you did notice that the smoke coming out of here wasn't like very thick or anything like that. I've seen some other smoke machines where even on camera it picks up on how thick the smoke is. I don't know if that's a result of using the mineral oil. Maybe if I could try something else that would work, maybe I'd get a thicker smoke out of it. But trust me, this stuff it does work well. I know it didn't show up on camera that well, but when I'm using it on cars, it's very obvious of where you have a leak at. So the mineral oil does work great. And I think that's it. I showed you the item. I showed you how it works. And yeah, so that's a budget smoke machine. And if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.